It's food that's dogs with a name. Looking for cans with no aim. Little panic and antidote. Talking about fuck on. So sit back, relax and enjoy. The podcast with no aim. The podcast with no aim. The podcast. This is podcast with no aim.
Hello, you are listening to a podcast with no aim. I'm Matt. Hello. This is Nick.
Hi.
And this is Joel.
Hello.
Hey, we're all here.
Yeah.
So, this is a podcast you're listening to, and I'm really bad at improvising at the moment. So, the formula goes, I will ask an impossible question, which will last for about 5 minutes. Then we'll begin our proper conversation, which should last for about 40 minutes with 4 derails all the way through. So, here's my impossible question for you guys. You have no idea what this is, and I don't know how you'll react, but here it is. Do ghosts, does their piss float?
Huh.
Because think about it, right? Because anytime you see, like, say Slimer, for example, right? He floats about, a few feet off the ground.
Well,
but he creates like
up to the ceiling.
Yeah, but he creates like a physical matter. But shouldn't
do
that
they
also float?
But they don't drink. They don't take up fluids or foods.
It just pours out of them.
Yeah, it's
or ghost food.
Right, okay. If a ghost is standing 2 feet away from me right now, and it just got really annoyed that I've insulted its mother, hey ghost, your mother's a whore. If it now starts pissing on me, will that piss, like, float around my room, just ghost pissing up the place? Or will it, just ectoplasm down me?
I have a decent question. Or answer, sorry. The idea would be that only the body that he used to inhabit could piss. So he would have to bring that body to you and then pee on you that way.
So what he's saying is that in order for a ghost to have piss that leaves its body, it would have to get back, it would have to what's the word? I've forgotten the word. Go into.
Well, it would have to convince you to dig up the body.
It would have to
put it in a position where it can actually go and pee on you.
No,
such a big plan for
just give me a second, right? A ghost would have to manifest itself in a way that I can understand it to convince me to dig its grave up, literally just rob its grave so it can re-haunt its body in order for it to piss on me.
Yes, that's
I need to help a ghost to just piss on me.
Or if you go by modern horror movie logic, the ghost is always just some kid in the wall.
So, oh god, now I've got ghosts pissing on me that are not in actuality ghosts. They're little children.
Yes.
So if I want a ghost to piss on me,
mother.
I've got to get a child to piss on me.
Pretty much. If you really want.
So I have to insult a 10-year-old boy for it to piss on me. Get it to wear a KKK outfit or something and pretend it's...
Well, he's got to live in your wall.
So I'm in my house, insulting its mother, making it dress up as a ghost and piss on me.
Well, in those movies, it's usually about 15 years after he gets trapped in the walls.
So I'm murdering a child! I'm murdering a child! So I can be pissed on.
In the movies, they somehow survive. And then...
no, wait. I am murdering a child so I can be pissed on from beyond the grave.
If you're into that kind of thing, sure.
Do you know what? If I were into that, I don't think it'd be worth the bother.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of work involved.
And so key to your fetish was whether it could actually... how the pee would interact with you, whether it would go through you or... So that was... apparently quite important. You have a weird fetish. I'd say that's even weirder than sexually assaulting Sean Connery.
I never said it was a sexual thing. I just asked you, does ghost piss float?
So you're asking, does it float like, those videos on the space shuttle or the space station where the liquid's just kind of floating around?
Yes. Yes, that is what I'm asking.
Yeah. I'll say yes.
Was Sean Connery in Moonraker?
Do you know what? It's probably at this point easier for me to actually go and fuck a star than to get a ghost to piss on me.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure that's a true statement.
Right, well, that's the end of this section. Who wants to start the actual conversation and move away from ghost piss fetishes?
Well, I mean, what have you guys been up to? I mean,
Well, we could go with the discussion topic we shelved last time.
which was?
Black Mirror.
No. Well, I didn't finish it.
Me
You
neither. I just watched
son of a
one
bitch!
episode, and the episode I watched was San Junipero
Yes!
or something like that.
Please
And-
tell me you liked that episode. Please tell me you liked that episode.
It wasn't Black Mirror, but I really liked it.
It wasn't
was
Black
so
Mirror,
weird because
but
it
it
had
was
a
fucking awesome.
yeah, it had a didn't expect that at all, but it made me just
Now, here's
feel
the
so
thing.
fluffy
Wait,
and warm.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Nick,
Yeah.
you've not seen this episode, have you?
No, I have not.
Joel, you dick. You just spoiled something about that episode.
Well,
you heard
let me-
nothing.
let me tell you
we are
what's going
going
on
to bleep this
with me.
Just
I am running a 100-degree fever, apparently.
Right, so you didn't hear the spoiler that Nick just...
I
that Joel
heard
just
it,
said.
but I doubt I will retain it past this conversation.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
good.
So-
I'm so sorry.
But yes, San Junipero, as much as it's not
Um,
Black Mirror, it is the best Black Mirror episode.
Seriously?
Spoiler alert for anyone listening.
It's too late.
Don't actually censor that because...
You well, you want to segue to that, right? I am now certified in stuff that Black Mirror is about.
How are you
Seriously?
certified
That's pretty cool.
in the stuff that Black Mirror... You mean like, I'm now
What do you mean?
certified...
Did
Artificial intelligence and predictive modeling, analytic modeling of customer behaviors
You're a
and things.
nerd, you know that? You're a nerd.
I am. I totally am. But I'm a certified nerd.
And it
so-
rhymes, so it's good. It
Yeah.
doesn't rhyme, does it? Certified? No, it doesn't.
No, but you know what I found out is that there's like certain like billboards and stuff that are in German, but when you translate them to English, they rhyme, and I'm not sure if that's intentional or not because it sure doesn't rhyme in German. So
I don't know. I just
yeah,
I don't know what you mean.
I don't have a concrete example off the top of my head,
Okay.
but I've seen like a lot of holiday flyers posted lately,
Right.
and like when you translate them to English, it may just be the location that I'm in because there are a lot of English speakers around here, so that might be the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just kind of one of those things that I've noticed. I'm like translating in my head. I'm like, wow, that rhymes, and now it's stuck in my head, and I can't get it out.
Well, also rhymes in English are much more flexible than in German. It has to be really precise. So German music is just not enjoyable for that reason because everything's so forced and has to be arranged so carefully just to rhyme. And in English, it's much
Yeah, and
better.
I've noticed that a lot of the musicians actually insert English so that things will rhyme sometimes.
Yeah, that's weird, because I've been watching, like, don't judge me, but I'm watching anime at times recently.
I'm judging you.
Don't judge me, you prick. I've been watching anime.
What anime?
I've been rewatching Death Note, and there was another one I was watching
Okay.
called Wandering Sun, which no one's heard of, even though it's really good, because it's about transgender kids, which is interesting.
Oh, okay.
If you didn't notice, I am a sucker for anything that's LGBT, because if you've watched Black Mirror, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I just... Speaking of, actually, right, I'm going to go back to the anime in a minute, but I just want to say this. I saw Fantastic Beasts Where to Find Them. That is the gayest film I've ever seen.
Great, I'm going to watch it.
No, it's
I didn't intend to previously,
Well,
but
There
maybe.
was right. Okay, I'm not going to spoil why it's gay, but it's super gay. And there was one point where I genuinely thought the line, "My repressed gayness is killing you." It's genuinely where my mind went.
So there's no sorting hat in New York putting kids on the street or anything?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
However, Eddie Redmayne is in Hufflepuff, so I was imagining a young Eddie Redmayne just sucking off filch.
That
That was a dark point. Let's not reference that bit again.
we will. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Actually, I probably won't remember it. Anyways.
Thank God.
Yeah, so, Joel, what have you been up to?
I've been taking driving lessons.
Nice.
I started doing that, but I think it's not quite my thing. I was always a train person, and I think I'm just a bit too gay for cars because my teacher would be pointing out the steering wheel with a nice round shape, and I'm just like, nah, I'm okay. I have the stick shift. I'm occupied.
Okay.
I just can't focus on two things.
Right, here's the thing. This is the bit that I love. There is an actual video game you can play that's about that. It's an actual video. I'm not shitting you.
Do you mean the one with the bears?
I think it's on Steam, in which you are jerking off a car.
Oh yeah. All right.
Because it's
Joel,
all stick shift, right?
Derail.
You are just moving.
Yeah.
Derail.
What?
You got to derail.
Well, it's only been 5 minutes.
It's been 10 minutes.
No, we did the impossible question, then it's 5 minutes.
Oh, well, it's been 10 minutes.
Fuck you.
Okay. Joel, do you have a derail?
Yeah. I don't know. Let's talk about something completely different, and not about Monty Python. I don't know. Although, maybe, yeah. I know. I just want to say that I love being German. I'm not really nationalistic, but I just enjoy that I can.
Well, it's got to feel
have
good
my beer
with.
I'm underage. I can have my beer, and it's nice, and I'm responsible, and I really love being German. You should try it sometimes. Although we actually we tried to give you once upon a time an offer you couldn't refuse, but you politely declined, and fun times. Do you remember that?
As I recall, the Germans have given offers we couldn't refuse quite literally in the past as well.
Well,
so,
I mean,
I couldn't resist.
Well, it's living in Germany has been eye opening. My eldest son definitely enjoys it because he could actually drink while here, and yeah.
Am I the only teenager in the world that doesn't want to drink alcohol?
Well, the point is to get him acquainted with Belgian and German beers, so that when he goes back to the States, he has no desire to drink.
That's actually a plan that would work.
Yeah,
I can
it does work
That
apparently.
might work,
Yeah.
Well, it depends on where in America you go, because I get the feeling if you go to Texas, there's nothing in the world that's going to stop him drinking.
Well, except for bad beer. I mean, there's a lot of that.
But America's kind of known for not having very much taste.
I'm not gonna argue with you on that.
Speaking of American tasteless things, this is gonna get weird, alright? This is unlike the last bit, this is actually fetish stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a trailer on YouTube for a Power Rangers porn parody called Mighty Muffin Pounder Rangers. A XXX parody. Now,
on YouTube.
It's got a trailer on YouTube, and I highly recommend you watch it because it is the single funniest thing I've ever seen.
Have you seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one?
I haven't.
Porn parody.
Because I may have to now.
Yeah.
But no, here's the thing. I then went on the site Woodrocket that made this porn parody of Mighty Muffin Pounder Rangers. They've got some weird shit. They've got a SpongeBob porn parody.
They make a lot of those.
No, but my favourite thing...
Isn't there like a Rule of 34?
My favourite thing on that entire site is they have an entire series called Memes I'd Like to Fuck.
Yes.
How?
Do you know what
How
it is?
does
Do
that
you know what it
work?
genuinely is? It is literally... This isn't even a joke. It's literally just... They redo memes, but they just have a porn star in the background making a sort of turned on face.
What?
It's literally a minute long. And that's all it is.
Yeah, they are very what's the word?
Weird?
Exploitative. Yeah, the point is to get you to watch it,
Yeah.
not enjoy it exactly.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh no, but like,
Yeah,
oh my god, I want to watch that Power Rangers porno parody so much because on a podcast I was listening to where I found out about it, they sort of put it in my mind that the person who plays Zordon in the Power Rangers porn parody is David Cage.
What?
But no, right, genuinely, basically, the Zordon is like the massive face in a tube that sort of tells the Power Rangers what to do.
Oh, I was thinking this red guy.
In the porn parody, it looks like David Cage, the guy who made the video games Fahrenheit, Beyond Two Souls, and Heavy Rain. It genuinely looks like him. Now I've got it in my head that David Cage. Not only is David Cage in a Power Rangers porn parody, he's in a Power Rangers porn parody that within seconds called people don't let trans people in their toilets arsehole. Like what?
Yeah, they kind of sprinkle in political messages, like.
Oh, you want to talk about political messages in Wood Rockets? There is a genuine porn parody called Donald Trump.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it's a guy, they genuinely put the guy in what I like to refer to as orange face. And the first scene...
But is it offensive against
the first scene
Donald
is
Trump
genuinely just him in like an interview, and the one
face?
goes, "So, Mr. Trump, people saying you're a racist, sexist.
Now, I think I've seen...
What do you have to say to this? Which bitch said this? I'll hit them!"
Yeah. Well,
Actually, it was a man called Enrique, like, it says like a foreign name or something, and he goes, "Oh, he sounds black."
I think I've seen this being reviewed by the Cinema Snob. Yeah.
The Cinema Snob seems like someone that would review that.
Yeah, he mostly does pornos and things.
Yeah. There's a new porn parody. We're just talking porn parodies now. There's a new porn parody called Full Service Station on Brazzers, which is a parody of Final Fantasy 15.
I could totally see that.
But
Your dog enjoyed that one.
no, but here's the thing. It's so weird because it's just a guy who's driving a van who then shows up in a middle of nowhere petrol station, fills up, and a monster attacks. She fires a yellow beam from her tits. Then they fuck.
Sounds like
it's like even porn parodies. Porn parodies are usually quite
bad.
funny though. Like porn parodies genuinely have really good laughs in it. Like the Power Rangers porn parody one, genuinely has a line where the main bad guy has been sucking off this guy for and he goes, "It feels like I've been sucking you off for 10,000 years." I've been sucking you off for 10,000 years. It's time to conquer Earth.
Well, okay. Well, the porn parodies, they always give people like absolutely ridiculous names that are very uncreative.
Oh my god. The porn parody names in fucking Power Rangers one are amazing because they just change all the names slightly to make them sexy or just torturously change them to the point where you know whether they're like I think Kimberly became Creamy or something like that level of shouldn't even go Quimberly Creamy.
What?
Well, they just kind of give up at a certain point and just whatever, just fuck it.
It's not supposed to be high quality, I think.
Well, I think they intentionally make it.
No, but like porn parody, like okay, my favorite porn parody. I can't believe I'm saying this phrase. My favorite porn parody is the Batman one because it doesn't give a fuck. Like it doesn't even try to make it make sense. And there's just a scene where there's just playing chess. And then it cuts to the Riddler with a woman trapped in a cage for no reason. This is total non sequitur, where it's just the Riddler's in a cage with a woman, and she goes, "I'll do anything to get a comfy bed in here," and he just starts fucking her. And they do another total non sequitur where the Joker's just got two random women in there, and they start fucking. And there's another bit where they're genuinely about to do the big encounter with the bad guys, and Batgirl just turns to Robin and they start fucking. It just doesn't care, and it's so funny.
Well, they film pretty much like the sex scenes first, and then they try and
then they work around it. But it's like they don't even try.
No,
they just don't try. Also, anything that has Robin say "Holy Viagra, Batman" is amazing. Please do a ghost pissing on Batgirl.
while David Cage looks on as Zordon.
I want to remind you guys that I think I'm going
why
to
do you think his face is so blurry?
Thumbnail for this episode, so maybe we can.
Oh shit! It's been 10 minutes.
It is about 10 minutes. Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not talk about porn anymore.
Okay. So I'm gonna derail and I'm gonna ask you a question. There's been a sent transmission from the one-arm scissor. What do you do?
From the what? What?
One-arm scissor.
What the fuck's a one-arm scissor?
All right, I'm testing you guys to see if you know the band. Anyways, I'm excited because At the Drive-In is getting back together and making songs again.
What? What?
The answer to that question was cut away. Cut away.
Ah.
Yeah. Anyways.
That's like if I said that's like if I like a few months ago if I just said what happened when I was a young boy, and that's somehow meant to be you construing that as me talking about My Chemical Romance getting back together.
Yeah. They're an interesting band. None of their songs make any sense whatsoever. I think it's because they're all about doing heroin and drugs and stuff. Anyways, so let me do another derail. That's actually probably a little bit more legitimate. Of course, as soon as I say that, then my mind goes completely blank. But the idea basically would be like, guys, if you try to fail at something and you succeed, what have you done?
If you try to fail at something and you succeed.
Do I succeed at failing?
No, you failed. You failed at succeeding.
Succeed in the thing it is.
Yeah, you failed at succeeding.
Well, but if I have succeeded, then I have succeeded.
No,
so
but your goal was not. Wait,
it maybe wasn't my intention, but I succeeded in doing the.
And you didn't. You succeeded after by accident.
You try to fail, and you fail.
That's
so therefore
succeeding.
You succeed.
Yeah, you succeeded.
But you failed.
No, you succeeded in your goal. No, you succeeded in your goal to fail.
Yeah, but I failed the thing. So the definition is actually: are we now talking about the thing in itself that I accomplished or not, or is it the fact whether I accomplished something or not that counts here? So this is something we could debate, but isn't part of the question. So this question, you're right. It has no answer because it can't have an answer.
It's a logical paradox. So basically, if you want to kill a robot,
no, it's not
or an AI, if you're stuck in a Black Mirror situation, use that.
That'll be a really bad Black Mirror.
Somebody just wins and then walks away.
Imagine if that'd be like if in the episode where the Prime Minister has to fuck a pig, they just find her before he has to fuck the pig, and they go, "Oh, we don't need to then. That's good. We're fine."
Well, it would be really awesome if they had an episode like that. But what happens is that's just the beginning of the episode. So like the person leaves thinking they're winning.
You see, what that is Othello.
Othello.
That is Othello, which is a Shakespeare play.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Now that you know what I mean by that, so I'm just going to drop that.
Okay. More conversation, because we've got a bit more time in this episode, and so one of the things that we usually do is go over trying to summarize an episode into some sort of movie sequel. And one of the things that Matt failed to do at the beginning of this episode, which I also forgot to tell him about, was name this episode.
Yeah, I was gonna call it. I don't know. I kind of prefer the naming system where you name them based on what happens in the episode.
But
so like you get
no, we have to name it.
So
something.
you get like a quote from what someone says, like I don't know, like when I just say my favorite porn parodies or something. Like you get something like that, and then that would just be the name of the episode.
Holy Viagra Batman.
Viagra Batman.
Yes, Holy Viagra Batman.
Episode 3,
like Holy... Or, Episode 3, a XXX porn parody.
Well, it's not necessarily one. We just discussed other people who have made one. So how about we come up with a parody of our own?
Do you mean like a porn parody of this podcast?
That would be really awkward.
Okay. So it's gonna involve a ghost
and Sean Connery being sexually assaulted.
Well, somebody who doesn't really look like him, who just is going by what's a good porn name for Sean Connery?
I haven't done enough research for this episode. I'm afraid.
Sean Cockery.
Porn cookery.
Porn fuckery. I mean.
Porn fuckery. I don't know. Miss Moneypenny, I will fuck you up the ass.
Well, okay, so Sean Connery is sleeping in his bed at night, and then he's visited by as ghost.
I know. What happens is.
Redmayne.
Yes. child Eddie Redmayne with just a small dribble of white liquid just dribbling from his mouth as like an old man just chuckles in the background. Then he comes in and warns him. Oh, mister, you must be careful. There's someone called Matt coming around and he's gonna fuck you. He's gonna take you to a star and he's gonna fuck you. Fuck you. He's gonna fuck. You're gonna fuck him.
And then
So
Sean
Tyson
Connery is
is
like, what can I do?
Oh.
And he convinces him to dig up his body.
So Sean Connery's dead.
No. The Redmayne is dead,
Wait,
and he's a ghost.
So now we're murdering children that have been sexually assaulted by an old man.
Yes,
Oh,
because there's got to be a
Sexy stuff.
sad backstory for horror.
Yeah, do you know, I'd have thought being forced to suck off an old man would be tragic enough. Now we need to kill them too.
Yes.
One of both.
Or the plot twist at the end is he's just been living in the walls the whole time.
So it's a bit like the man with the golden gun.
I don't know.
How can we tie
God.
that?
Does he dig it like convinces Sean Connery to dig up his body?
Hold on, which Sean
but it ends up
Connery's
just
film-
being his.
Which ones are the Sean Connery
his-
films? Those are the first ones. Doctor
I
No.
know.
That
Yeah.
works. On Her Majesty's Secret. Oh no. That's, From Russia with Love. Hard Love. From Russia with really deep, penetrating love.
You guys know that there's a podcast out there called "You Made It Weird."
Yes. I talked about that one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did. Right. I think Matt should, when he's podcast famous, he should go there.
No,
have
I
a
think the
chat.
point of You Made It Weird is to say that you see we say these things, but it's not really that weird. This is me being weird.
Yes, it is.
So you're saying this whole plot was Sean Connery and
Sean Connery has sex
Freddie
with a
Redmayne.
young boy who was actually a ghost that was living in his walls that was
Well,
sexually
he's not
assaulted by an
actually
old
a
man.
ghost. He's just a boy that.
Where does
is
Nicolas
living in the
Cage
walls.
and John Malkovich come into this?
Hold on. They come in later.
They come later.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Literally. And
Oh boy.
so he convinces Sean Connery to dig up his body as a way to like prevent Matt from molesting him, basically. And he digs up the body, and it looks like the boy, but it ends up being his twin. And he gets Sean Connery to let the body pee on him.
This is a very dark porn parody.
So instead of being silly and ridiculous, we're going hardcore, stupid horror.
A porn horror movie.
It's a porn parody of
That has to
like
be
it's just a
genre.
parody of horror movies. It's not actually a lot of porn in it.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
So
a
yeah, that's our
whole
pitch.
episode
We
about
should-
That's
derail.
wait. So hang on. Our pitch for this film, this feature-length porn parody, apparently, of this podcast is Sean Connery woken in the middle of the night by a child
Right.
with spunk dribbling down his face, waking up Sean Connery so he can go and dig up this child's grave so he can be pissed on to prevent me from sexually assaulting him.
Yes. But when you show up, it turns out that you were John Malkovich the whole time.
Ah!
And then Sean Connery ends up being Nicolas Cage.
So it becomes a session between John Malkovich and Nicolas Cage. I can dig it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like
But,
a movie Nicolas Cage wouldn't turn down to appear in.
Yeah. Well, he's got to keep the Sean Connery voice going the whole time. So, it's up in the air
I can't even
whether
imagine
he was
how
actually
Nicolas
Sean
Cage
Connery or
sounds
not.
when he's having sex, let alone impersonating Sean Connery. We're just like, just looks like a penguin. Fuck it, I can't
All right.
do you know what? I'm
I just
gonna
want to
derail.
add
Do you know
the
what? I'm gonna
Skype.
stop us here. For God's sake, I'm going to stop this, and I'm gonna derail us because this is going too far.
It
Too
is.
far.
From me,
Thank you.
This
Well,
is me
we-
saying this. Remember, we've gone too far.
Okay.
So I'm going to totally change the subject. For the love of God, I need to change the subject. Okay, so we've said before that Nick is our dad because he is old enough to be our dad, therefore he is our dad. However, I've realised something. Joel, you're 17.
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah. I'm 16, and I'm nearly 17. So I've been wondering, Dad, if we're not 9 months between our ages, how can you be both our dads?
Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Matt. You're adopted.
Thank God.
I was expecting something like that, or a big long no.
No, I don't go for the low hanging jokes. I only go for the low hanging.
Now he can leave you to die in an home for old people without feeling bad.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yep.
I mean, you're not even that old right now, but he's going.
I thought we were getting away from the dark material.
No, it just got to me. Being sent as a 16-year-old, being sent to an old folks' home with no guilt from my adopted father.
And as you drive away, I press my hands up against the window and press my face up against it, and you see the orderlies come and pull me away from the window, and I'm screaming and kicking and. Yeah.
And now Matt can watch his porn parodies in peace without having to fear getting walked in on.
Without having to take care of an old man.
Aww.
So, Joel, it's up to you now.
Joel, make me
I'm
happy.
going to have to be the adult.
I don't want to leave this wanting to kill myself again. Oh, I'm fucking dark.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna call it. This is
this is episode 3 the XXX porn parody.
Noam.
Episode 3 a XXX porn parody.
Yeah.
Have fun making the thumbnail, Nick.
And
not Nick, Joel.
Joel.
I'm already shaking in fear. Yeah.
I'm just shaking.
So
I'm just shaking.
The chances of me telling anyone about this podcast just in real life have dropped to 0.
You're shaking in fear. I'm just shaking in the cold old folks' home because I'm in a place where no one loves me anymore. Good night, everybody.
No, I thought Nick was at the. You're both.
Was.
I'm home alone.
Yeah. Well, it's his regret that eventually catches up to him, and
so he joins you. Oh no! All right, he dies. Good. Even better. Great.
All right, so that has been episode 3. You can find us on at pwna.podbean.com. I got that right. And soon, by the time this is posted, we will be on iTunes and Google Play.
Fancy.
And you can we're also on YouTube, which is probably where you're listening to this first. Bye.
Cheers, everyone.